Okay. Is this working? I don't know. No, and it go live. This isn't working as I was hoping. Okay, so this should be working now. Just double check it comes up. Okay, so this should be working now. Just double check it comes up. So there is some lag. And it might be coming through. Yeah, it's re-looping, so have to turn that off. I'll just be keeping 144p up on my other monitor to make sure. I want to put 144p stream up on my other monitor to make sure everything's working. For some reason I can't walk around with a controller. I didn't test this stuff very well beforehand. Anyway, hello people of the internet and welcome to this attempt at a stream of me building a car where the frame rates have taken a perhaps unnecessary dive and I need to go and turn some stuff off in the settings. Post-processing high, textures and all that, foliage high, there we go. That should be just enough to cool it down just a bit. I have got my GPU overclock on. This is a car I didn't build. And I'm beginning to think I'm at a terrible camera angle. Yeah, it's just a 90s sports car. When I'm into the build itself, though, it shouldn't be so stuttery. It's stuttering horribly now, but it won't be doing that when I'm actually in the garage. Anyway, I've got this car. I just downloaded from the workshop. It is about as low as you can build a car in the game. And then I've got these other two, which are also as low in that respect. However, I want to build a car that's a little lower. That's really the objective here. And I think we've just about fixed the lag problem. Or have we? I don't know. It's saying 20 frames per second now in OBS. Although it looks actually smooth on here, so that's something. We want 24 frames per second at least, surely. Anyway, here we have a garage, so just slow this car down and we can get out. As I say, if I clear unattended vehicles, that'll get rid of all the old vehicles and should give us the headway to work with. We're just holding 24 frames per second now, and that's not great. We want a new start, so how do I design a chassis in this game to be low? Well, we need a point, really. We need a point of reference. Where is low and where is lower than low, if that makes sense? Just try and get my voice together. This is kind of a cross brace, I think. Just start off with this. A very Christian cross brace, but yeah, related to their religion and all that. However, that won't do, actually. I need to still bring that up. Although I don't like doing it this way, if that's going to be the floor of the car, I don't know at this stage. There's just so much to try and kind of balance out in getting the platform correct. OBS is reporting a reasonably healthy frame rate in the garage, as I would have suspected, although it just took a dip down hugely, I don't know. I'm building a car, though. I'm not doing anything particularly high action, so I don't see any point in turning the settings down more than they are at the moment. Redirected, no, they're not what I want. I want the... I could use a redirector and just have a driver sideways, although it wouldn't really be realistic, would it, in the way you were sat. So, what we want is we want an actuator. There's quite a few actuators, actually, that'll do what I think I'm looking for. However, these ones are probably the best in that regard. Just place you there. And we can have another right here. If this goes as I'm planning, it should be an easy way of doing things. However, I don't expect it to. Right, so the main target is to get this low, though. And I don't know, I'm thinking if we bring this down again, because I'm not sure. Ugh. Whatever. Pseudo swearing. I'm trying to think, how would I do this? So, if I bring one of these down, duplicate it, and bring it down, then we can hopefully move this. Is that? No, it's just stuck on shift. It wasn't frozen up or anything. I think if we go shift and drag it down, that is one way of doing it. Kind of tilting the seat back. I've tried that before. I didn't quite get the result I was looking for, however. And again, what I can try and do, I can try and move one of these down. See if doing extra tilt does stuff. Because this is really my experimentation rig, if you like, at the time being. Is that correct? Or... I don't know, I'd say for the centre of the car is what's going to scrape on speed bumps and stuff, and... Am I holding the right button? Yeah, but I'm holding the mouse down as well. So yeah, we don't want the centre of the car to have anything protruding out of it. I did try having a spring on there, that was quite funny actually. You had the spring and it was... like, the driver sprung about on the chassis. It's kind of funny actually, at least to me. And... I guess you could use that on a bus. It would make quite an amusing bus suspension system. So we've got a plastic chassis at the moment. I did actually use the carbon fibre in grey actually as a cloth seat material type of thing. And it actually worked very well visually without adding much weight, as well it's carbon fibre. So that is a good start. Now, next up we do need to add the seats. Where are you, seats? Player brick. We could just add a remote, I'll admit that much, but then controlling it with a camera would be much more difficult. So, for the sake of this video, I think we'll have the driver's seat on the left, just because we kind of started to design it this way. And, as I'm saying, this is the test rig for building a car that's lower. Move you forwards. We'll duplicate this. Like so. And how is the frame rate? It's holding 30, although it's using more of my CPU than I would like. Mind, I have a lot of CPU, so that's no issue. If it's using GPU, that's where I want to be properly concerned. As you see, the frame rate is still able to be relatively good with high CPU usage. And I don't know. It doesn't like it, clearly. I'll have to mess a bit with the settings on the outside of the garage, but I think I'm getting to something. For the sake of just getting the basic rig driving, I will put these on. These may be fine or they may not. I'm not sure at this stage. We can have that one there. And do we want any particular colour? You know what? I would have said red. Red D, actually. I think that's dark red. That would look quite good on a car. Kind of spicy red is one way of putting it. And they're both wrong way. Okay. So we need to duplicate that round. Oops. I kind of made a mistake with the steering here. I should have adjusted that first. 13.2. Remember, none of this is perfectly final. This is all just getting it right. Invert drive direction. It's all just getting it right for the time being. Invert drive direction, although I probably shouldn't have done that. Again, I'm making really stupid mistakes. Invert that back to where it was. So, there we go. And we can have some wheels. I could make this into a wide body sports car if I want. I'll have to just check the chat briefly in a moment. See if anything's going on there. Duplicate you. Duplicate you. There we go. So we need a height marker next. What could we use? Let's use this. Is the driver lower than this? As just an initial height marker. None of this is final. I can't emphasize that enough. So, no. We need to save it as something. Save as... Lowmobile. Yeah, I don't have much of an imagination for these things. So, he fits just about within that. I'm interested. If I were to kind of straighten out that seat on the other side and just mount it to a flat piece of brick, would he be taller than that sign? Or about the same? We also don't have an engine. We have steering and probably braking and everything, but we don't have an engine. The settings, what have we got? I do need to adjust these. I think we can turn the effects down just a bit. And shadows. Well, no, shadows actually makes quite a difference. Okay. That'll have to do. It shouldn't be that noticeable what I've done on a slower, should I say, connection. Not slower connection, but a laggier. Now, I'm trying to find the word, but it won't come to mind. On a lesser internet, lesser bitrate, that's it, lesser bitrate. It shouldn't really make a difference. So if we save that and we get another player seat, we'll go with a passenger seat this time. Everything's red now and it doesn't really match, but still. If we get out of the driver's seat where he obviously fits. I'm not noticing a difference as such. So that appears to be a failure to make the driver sit lower. Also, this ride height has to change because it's pretty much an SUV as it stands, and I don't want an SUV. I want a sports car. There's no point making the driver sit loads lower, unless, of course, I'm trying to build something like the Rally Fighter, which is an odd rear-wheel drive off-roady V8 powered thing. But yeah, I'm not trying to build a Rally Fighter, so that's something. Maybe I shouldn't try and defy convention. But I am, because that's what I do. I wonder if there's any... I would say kind of ghost materials that just go through the floor, if that makes sense. I don't think there is. But it would be amusing if there was. I wonder... No, I can't see it working, though. Try just double checking this. But that's all I can think to do. Because he might actually be higher with his head kind of that way. But it does look sportier the way he's tilted back. Viewing angle, I imagine, being a lot better with the seat, the way the seat was intended to be. Yeah, you're kind of looking at the sky from that perspective. I don't know, actually. No, it's a terrible idea, but I thought maybe it could tilt the other way up. That's just not going to work, is it? Try removing our unattended vehicles to try and free up a bit of space. The crazy mobiles we're building here, they're not cars by any means, not yet. Although someday this will evolve into what should hopefully be a car. Open an existing vehicle. We do have compact passenger shorts? No, sports. This is another vehicle I've attempted to build. Yeah, they don't all come out so well. That's kind of how typically I would build a chassis though. And try and keep the driver as low to the floor as possible. But if that's not going to work, I don't know what would work. My mind's coming up with all kinds of things like, could I support the seat from the side? The problem is, although there is actually studs on top of the seat, I have tested this and it just won't let you kind of hang the seat in suspense. It just won't work. So if, for example, I take a mechanism here, I go on move selection, I can't mount it from above. That would make the car lower if I could mount it from above, but I can't, so just leave the garage now. No, save and then leave the garage rather. You see that? It just drops off the structure. And that's no use to us. The alternative I thought is perhaps, I don't know. Right, so there's one more thing I can try. If I get the seats exactly side by side and then compare them, I could see how that works, because there is always differences that I might not notice when the seats are that distance. Just move this back one stud. And I need to save my changes. So there he is. Right there. Oh, I can't test this without someone else here. That's annoying. That's very annoying. So how do I fill this space then, I wonder? Just void blank space, but how do I fill it? Duplicate you. You will be my friend there of measurements. So if we then go into the low mobile passenger seat, a mobile that isn't actually that low, we can see this. I might just go with that seat to try and give it more of a sporting edge, if that makes sense. So even if I can't get it lower, I can make the car look sportier. But I really don't know at this stage. I don't know how I can push it. Can I actually lower it? Oh, the lag. All of the lag. It seems like if I'm not mistaken, I can perhaps move this down, and the roof just has to cover the basic heads, okay? As long as the roof goes over the occupants' heads, you won't notice the occupants are there. It's really what I've used in some of my cars. So here, exactly, the lowest way to possibly build a car, I've done it once before, is get it like that, I guess, parallel to his head, because well, if we go to this seat, oh, well, that's not what I was intending to show, but I can actuate it, so, hey, we can go into this seat. Maybe there is an ideal actuation, but I'm guessing it doesn't really work. Not without kind of glitching, at least, so, actuate it downwards. Oh, did that work? I think it has. Yep, if we go... No, I can't really get into the driver's seat because I'm trying to see if I can actuate it. So it depends, I guess. If it's the right kind of car, you may be able to lean him back loads. I wonder if the seat is in itself immune to actually colliding. No, it isn't. I'm pretty sure of that. If only it was. If only it was, you know. So we've got our way of mounting the seat in the lowest possible way. Now, this is the lowest point we can mount the seat then. So we've realised that from the research I have done here, that mounting it in an odd tippy way does absolutely nothing for the... not longitudinability, that's not even a word I'm trying to create here. So, as I was saying, from this research, I realised that the best way is to mount it that way. I do know the way. I know the way now. Yeah. We have a lot of chassis structure here, should I say, that needs dealing with now in some way or another. This car is far too wide. I want it to be about 6 studs wide, and you can probably see the problem with that. It is not 6 studs wide. If I move these tyres in, and wheels in for that matter, move you in, and move you in. There we go. That has given me potentially a brake caliper, if I do want to go for that look. But more importantly, it has given me the correct or more correct point of perspective with the whip. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's all just coming around and I'm going to try and chain it together in the form of some sentence. You can go here. We have 6. Does this match up? Yes, it does. So that's where we want our wheels to be. Well, there or thereabouts. We want this to be a 4-seater car, I would say. However, I don't know about how well the rear seats are going to react. As I say, the head is right against the edge of the roof. Trying to get that working is always going to be a bit of a fuss. I think we could mount a V6 in this. I think if it goes as I'm plotting in my head right now... Ooh, how did he get all the way up there? Yes, that piece is a he now. I don't know. Maybe the white bricks are she's and the red bricks are he's. Maybe that's how it works. So we have... That would be potentially a good place to mount a V6. V6, there we go. Only would it... I mount the engine in the back a lot. It tends to be V6s and it tends that I mount them in the back of the car. This just isn't working for me. However, this is working. Yay! I've got the engine mounted slightly further back, so we can have slightly more fun. The stutter is real around here, but that's fine because it's not so bad it's unwatchable. We can have these doodads. These can just plop here like so. I'm just thinking, is that low enough though? Is it really low enough? How much space do we have for interior as well? That's another thing we have to bear in mind, because this is not going to be a typical car in that respect. We're going to have a difference. So if we have... I'm not sure, again, I have no idea how well this is going to work. But if it does work, then great. We need 3s. So, I think... I'm probably going to hate myself when this all comes out, but... I can try and... mount it. It's just getting the body curves as well in this tiny package. That's always where the what would I call it? That's where the careful considerations have to come in, because if I don't very carefully consider the parts I'm using, things can go wrong, and they can go wrong quite drastically. Oh, no. I think if I can grab that part, yeah, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Grab that, and so this would give me too much width in its current state. However, we can kind of glitch out bricks and that is exactly what I intend to do. I intend to glitch this thing out until I get what I want, basically, although maybe it's not the best way to do it. I've seen a lot of other vehicles that have just used the kind of glitchy technique to get things to work in their own way. So we're going to perhaps use that. That's too high, isn't it? Oh, that's what I was intending to do. My mind captured me. So no, this just isn't going to work. Where are you? Where are you pieces I need? Right, this is really beginning to confuse me. I just don't know what to do. As I say, I would normally just stick the engine over the rear axle, but I'm doing so much more with it this time round that I don't know. I don't know for sure if that's going to work. We can have maybe some of these. And maybe one of these little ones. Yeah, this is beginning to fall into place now. So that should give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's exactly ideal. Just using kind of the weird bits we have available to us, bits and bobs we have available to make a kind of sensible front bumper. It doesn't work ideally, but it works close enough to ideally that I'm happy with it. There we go. So that was an interesting way of going about making the bumper. It works though, so who am I to complain? The thing I'm still not getting though is it is not low. Am I missing something really blindingly obvious, or is it the way it's supposed to be? Tune in for episode 2 to find out. No, I'm not that mean. I'll just tell you. I'll tell you the story in episode 2. I don't know. I'm trying to sell things now. Completely different scenario. The market has changed. So, no, that would work actually. I think that would work. So I at least think it will work. That's minor optimism. Nope. Right, so basically, this bumper. No, but that wouldn't work because the bumper is too low. Oh dear. I've really got myself into a pickle now. Totally no regrets about saying that though. The pickle-mobile. Selection, select recursively. Oh no, there is no recursively. Okay. There's recursively here, and there's recursively here. But there was no recursively available for that run because of the way it was mounted. So basically we're going to be hanging this entire lower section of the bumper from one tiny thread, which is going to be positioned through like so. Yeah, this can only end well. I'll say that much. This can only end well. So we can have, oh, that went kind of glowy bright blue. Ah no, too much glowy bright blue. It is facing the right way, but there's still too much glowy bright blue. I think we can have a bumper down here. We could make it kind of black plastic or grey. It would be ugly that way, but, you know, it would make it more realistic, I guess, for a slightly older car. As I say, this will just be hanging on by a thread, so it's not going to be the last word in security. But it will have a lower bumper, which is more than could be said for a moment ago when I was completely unsure how I was going to go about this. Yeah, you'll see there, bricks cross over, but it's okay because there's some kind of structural integrity behind the whole thing. And that makes it work. I don't get it, but some people do get it, and that's what's important. Transverse mounted V6, it's actually the same as my Mad Max type vehicle. Yay! That's some family fusion, would you call it? Wait, so I'm just trying to think how I can match everything up, and the problem is that will attach there. I could then do that, but by the time that attaches there, it's already too late. This is a real tricky chassis I've built. Like, as I say, it needs to go here, really. Like here, but I don't know. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to what we were doing. The only way I can think this is going to work is if we... Not that one. Is if we... Actually... No, it's just... I don't know. Would you call it mind lag? Because my mind just stops and then I'm trying to think. I think we can do this. Wait, I think we can do this. Either it'll work or it will backfire horribly. Ah. Wait a minute. So we can remove that. We've added that, but we can remove it. We don't need it to be there. This is not going to be the most structural secure car in the world, you know. Especially not if you try taking corners at like anything above 20 miles per hour. But at least you'll disintegrate with the knowledge that it's well packaged. This isn't just destruction. This is well packaged European destruction. Terrible joke there. Help! My mind is just chaotic at the moment. They think it's summertime and it isn't. They forgot what year it is even. Wait a minute. Could that be it? Could that be it? Just have that? I kind of tried to do that. But it didn't work. Boo-hoo. Right, if I can match this up. If I can match this up for the exact width. That's good. That's lined up now. So if I can do this, job done. The entire thing is sorted by the looks of it. And what has become a ladder frame of sorts? Wait. Who am I kidding? A ladder frame of sorts, you say? Oh no, I've just realised how incredibly stupid I'm being. I've kind of got hung up on when this was still a test rig, I think. And basically it had to have the double ladder frame because that was how I was testing the entire rig to make sure it worked. Although, I think I can chop this shorter. Basically, now it's become a chop shop. Not an actual automotive design studio. Yeah, but we can chop this. Ah, where are we? Duplicate. Doop-a-doo. Now, I could go with a smaller engine, which would definitely fit. And how tall are we for this? I think we'll be fine with a V6 for engine height. It's not too tall off the old ground there. Yeah, so as I say, it was basically a hangover from the days when a large ladder frame was necessitated. Wow, saying that 10 times. Try saying that 10 times quick. That can't go there. That has to stop at that point. So try chopping it in every which kind of way until I find something that works for me. It's just, that's what happens though. When you try and build cars in this game, you do encounter problems that you wouldn't have thought you would typically encounter. Oh yes, and that is great actually. I've just realised I can solutionize all my problems with an old one of these bricks. It's basically a tree structurally. There's actually old trees with more structural integrity than this car. You could take that as a compliment because those trees have stood around for a long time. But is that just luck that they've stood around for so long? You know, it could be. Could very well be. And I think now that matches up with the front as I was originally intending to do. So we should be able to phone. Think someone's got it. Anyway, we should be able to copy this, and there we go. Our solution is presented in front of us. There we go. Yeah, I'm locked. Locked and loaded. I could move the engine back a little much still. Ooh. Yeah, if only you could go with an inline 6, but there's me just thinking of this great idea to put an inline 4 there. Nah, that would take all our structural integrity. I don't know, I'm putting this here. It's probably the best chance I've got of having a clean, kind of balanced drivetrain. This will be front wheel drive though, which isn't something I normally do in this type of vehicle. It is also mounted exactly as, well, you might expect it to be. Oh dear, and that is a problem. It's an hindrance as much as it is a help, because I've just realised what problems that causes. Oh dear. This is going to be a whole video basically of problems I encounter when creating cars. And basically me moaning at myself and ranting. I'm not sure if you'd call this a ladder though, because when you think about it, this is technically a ladder framed vehicle. However, it does take a lot from more recent unitary constructions. So get the 6er of this, and there we go. That mounts right there. That's not how I wanted it to be, and I'll probably go on at myself about how wrong it is later. But for now, we can just seal the deal with some of these doodads. Perhaps, and yeah, that'll kind of seal in the gap for the time being. And where's the doodads? These little pointy doodads. Yeah, that's what I'm calling them now, pointy doodads. Right, so this is something that will work for everyone, I think. Brick duplicate. No. Well, that sticks out, but I think I've got the body lines where I want them to be. So that will fit quite neatly. The minimum floor level is right here. So that can hopefully go to some engineering-y stuff. How many blocks are we on now? 43. For a surprisingly complex structure, I don't think that's half bad. I might put some plastics and stuff on here, or different colours of plastics to kind of make it more realistic. I don't know. Now, you can't use these angular ramps. They don't work. I'll explain in a moment. Now, they don't work because you put them on and they don't actually hide the seat. The seat still sticks out the side of a car, at least when you're working this narrow. And I'm actually getting used to working this narrow. I used to like building huge land yachts, but, you know, cars of this scale are actually more useful on the maps of Brickwigs. So that's why I kind of get used to building cars that are narrower. And that's why I really should at least get used to them. So we have 3 there. Nothing else I want to add particularly. No, I made a bit of a mistake. I may have made a miscalculation. It is me after all. So you have to remember that miscalculations do happen. And they can be quite fatal to the overall car. Design phase. I'm thinking, actually, if I'm going this way with it, it's kind of going to trash my design work. So grab one of these. I can at least put these to good use because they can be used for stiffness. I don't know why I've not given up on chassis stiffness completely yet with what this thing is becoming. Oh dear, no. It's kind of leaping round like, hey, I'm an active block. No, we don't want an active block in this case. We just want a block that sits there and does its job. Still. Stealth. Why did I say that? I don't know. Stealth means nothing without control. Right, so I think we want some blocks first off. That's going to be plainly obvious since we're playing Brickwigs. Of course we're going to want some blocks. Then we want the correct blocks. Right, so how is that doing for length? That should be about right. Then with a 1x6. And something doesn't add up here. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. It does add up. I'm just being stupid again. But then, who do I want to side with? It's just, I don't know. This side, I guess, technically needs the balance more, does it? It's going to handle like it's got a ladder frame, that's for sure. Oh, wait, I've just realised, again, I have glitchy brick power. So, yeah. No messages yet on the YouTube stream, I see. But I have glitchy brick power, so yep, they will go there. Are they okay? I'm not the biggest fan of that, I will admit. Kind of marks out where the lowest point of a car is instead of just fading away. I kind of want it to fade away, I won't lie. I like the fade effect. However, thanks to the power of glitchiness, we can have more of a fadiness effect. Just duplicate these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically that's 5 blocks more than I need to have. However, it's fine because of the way things are going to work out with this. We will only need that We'll have that, and we'll have 4x6, perhaps. Yep. There we go. Look at that for a beautiful fade kind of thing there. Now, you might think that's going to raise the seat up. Glitchy power. I just use glitchy power everywhere. At every opportunity I get. Oh, dear. I might have realised what I might have done. And it might have been very, very stupid. Now, you know there was a, 2x5 block? And it was kind of not symmetric. No, it was symmetrical, but it didn't have kind of symmetrical brick count. And I was using them. And yeah, there was a good reason I was using them. Oh dear. I am so stupid when it comes to these things. It's really trial and error to success. And oh dear, I'm using the wrong block again. I'm sure there's ways of patching this up, so I'm not too concerned about it. It's just I need to remember that it's never going to be perfectly easy, you know. I tried to find an easy way out and there never was one, so I just ended up messing things up. Right, so is this a passenger seat? I think it is. Brick duplicate. So if we have the front seats there, the rear seats will go directly behind them. However, I don't want that, so I'm going to move this. That is what I have. That's kind of more 2+2, to be honest. But thanks to magical tricks, I can make the rear wheels perform stunts, and I can have more space that way. So I will do that, perhaps. We can also bring these back more. And you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm not being very nice to those rear wheels. They are going to have to work for their... They're going to have to work for what they own. Select recursively connected. Move them. And, okay. I might want the curved bricks at the front. Dear. It's that I'm going to come back to it and make refinements, you know. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect on the first try, because I'm only going to come back to it. What's interesting about this, though, is I could potentially have a third row, so I could turn it into an MPV. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yes. I wasn't intending to build another MPV, should I say, because I've already built one MPV. However, it could work. So, brick, duplicate, brick, and duplicate. There we go. I've got kind of a third row now, but I'm not happy with that. I think if I axe that, I'll be happy enough with the car. So, if I save this, I'll give it a brief drive. Oh, it doesn't have a driver's seat. But I'll spawn this, I'll give it a quick drive, and then I'll show you what I've done with one of my previous cars. And I'll explain the seating situation in that. So, no, we don't want to do that. So, wait a minute. Did that block just drop through the ground? Come on. Kind of got a bit of lag now. However, what am I going to do about it? Drive to the next garage and just work on the car, so I can only do so much. I'm going to be getting a newer GPU eventually, which will hopefully tear through these computational tasks just much better than this one does. No one uses RX 470s anymore. They're kind of last gen's chip anyway. But it worked. It worked for me for what I wanted it for, and I'm gonna get a better chip when the time comes. I mean, I'm probably gonna get a GTX 980 or 1070 or whatever. Depends when they bring the new ones out. What happens with the pricing? But 980s are £350 these days, and they offer apparently 70% more performance. So that's something that's hard to resist. That is a used one, by the way, but 1070 is about the same performance, and that's new. So, there it is. We have to now get the other car. Sorry. Promotion. Yeah, this has the engine in the back, as you'll probably notice. It looks like it's front engine, though, until you see all the vents and stuff on the back. The vents don't function, especially not the glowy one. It's just the way I designed it. Time to go to another garage, then, where we can wreck some crates. Oh, no. There we go. There it is, on its side. Kind of our GT car, that one. And back to where we were going to. Which I think is the Lowmobile, yes. The picture is ugly now compared to the actual car. The Lowmobile looks okay. So, is that seat... Yeah, that's what I mean about the seat being hidden. It's just not completely hidden and it looks odd. However, on this version it isn't. So, we'll go with... For now, they're going to be some carpets. I'll recolour them later. And you'll see that it kind of blocks out the road, so it doesn't look quite so agricultural inside the cabin of the vehicle. We'll go with another one. Or another set of them at the back. Brick duplicate. And there's the engine. Bright and shiny as always. Do we want anything else back here? I'm thinking we could have a... Oh, that's not going to work because of the odd proportions of the car. You see, it's just... This is where it really comes through, though, how genuinely odd this vehicle is. What have I done? Something's been done to it. I don't know, but... There we go. Like, that doesn't actually make contact back here. It's just the way I've designed the rear end. So if I go with a 6x8, that should hopefully prove to work. There we go. And then we can have this one on, which is higher up, but it will work anyway. Because of the overall nature of how proportioned the vehicle is. We'll go with some... what's it called? What's it called? On here. There we go. That is kind of working, I guess. It might potentially work. That's all our logic. That's all our scientists have to say. It might potentially work. They were a bit undereducated. Where was this going to mount, I wonder? Yeah, my mind again gets lost in this stuff. It's just how am I able to do this? I don't know. We need to try a 10 then. Try and balance it out. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to comprehend all of this knowledge. They entrust this man with all their knowledge, but he knows nothing. Right, so I think it's going to be a bit ugly. We have to acknowledge that. Going to be just a bit ugly. But this is what's going to allow us to mount everything together. You can go there. Duplicate. Do we want to go with a kind of fastback with this? I don't know. We're not going with an MPV. I've worked that much out. Because I just don't feel like building an MPV. So, nothing in the chat yet that I can see. You can go there. Duplicate. You can go there. Try and maneuver you into place. Duplicate that. Plop. And there we go. That is a example of a car interior. It's not very good, but hey, it's an interior and it's got car things on it. I think actually remove all of this. Oh dear. It's all fake. It's all an optical illusion. Yeah, that definitely needs moving or just deleting because it's a copy. I got slightly lost with where the intended direction of that was. Right, so you go there. You go here. And I can hopefully just place another layer of blocks on top of this. So there we go. Like so. Of the right height, I don't really know. However, it should work. Can just see the stream coming through. Should be coming through okay. I think we put the narrowest margins possible on because that should enable a... How would I say it? It should enable us to function well, I guess. Right, so is there a single point it can all come to? If there's a single point, well, why not just phase two of these together? I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that idea? So, phase two of these. I'll paint the interior now. We can have beige D. Now I've done a beige. Let's have a blue. Let's have a Core2 Duo interior. We can have blue with green carpets. Nothing should be wrong with that. You know, nothing shouts welcome like blue with green carpets on a red car. It's basically an RGB machine, which is what a Core2 Duo is. So yeah, it is in its different way a Core2 Duo car. These can be blue. Yeah, it's such an eyesore, but I can't help but like it because I've built it. Oh, it's such a conundrum to be in. These are going to be completely transparent glass because I don't want them to be noticeable. And that's the only real way I can get them not to be noticeable. So I think if we move selection, that one's not going to work, is it? We have various bits. Brick duplicate. Will this match up? If this would match up, I would be quite impressed. Ow. Well, it doesn't. However, maybe it's not completely over, my friends. Problem is the height. The height is kind of set, so there's ways. There's ways. I'm working out ways of doing this. We need converters, or redirectors as it calls them. We need a transparent one right here. Or do we want that to be transparent? I don't know. That can be part of a blue trim. It's not very good there, though. I don't know. Do we want that to be blue as well? Presumably. It looks almost Subaru-y now. It's so blue. Actually, no. We want that to be green. Balance it out just a little. Go with some glass and... There we go. I've worked something out. My mind actually calculated something. I'm so proud. This entire car won't be my pride and glory because I've done something with it and not thrown it all away for once. Move selection. So do you have what it takes? You should. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this does work, because this is supposed to work. So, yeah, it's kind of that nature. If it doesn't work, then I will be very, very upset. And I will cry. No, I won't cry on video, but you get the idea. You get the gesture. So, I think we'll have a 3. There we go. This can be plastic. There was a weird smart, I think, concept car ages ago, and it had kind of no doors. Or they might have actually sold them, but it was basically one of those without any doors or without a roof. I don't know. They're strange things. So... I found one of the floor mats that went missing. I don't need it anymore. You can go away. There we go. Amazing. It's some kind of car. I expected worse from myself as well. So it looks okay now, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it doesn't go high at all. Now, what am I going to do about this? I don't know. The rear especially is looking just too high. I'm not sure if that's a matter of weight or something acting upon it. It's got no weight, that's for sure. But you'll see there, it doesn't even acknowledge the rear wheels. We could drive it in a pit and it just wouldn't acknowledge them. The suspension would work normally. Why is it stuttering so much though? I can't have that many test rigs around, can I? Oh, no, no. We're just, look at how close we are. Oh, dear. Oh, well. At least we're attached to Core 2 Bluo. Oh, this wasn't Core 2 Bluo. That was a colouring automation, but still. The wheels are just having a bit of a party down there. I wonder if we get out. Will we fall? No. That was perhaps the luckiest save of all of Brickwig's. Getting out of here is an entirely another question, though. So, back to the garage. Oh, it's got a kind of interesting texture there on the top. To the garage, we will need to rebuild the mobile. So, yeah. We'll need to add a bit of height. Not that there was a huge amount of height to begin with, so we should get away with it. Duplicate. You will be there. And you will be here. Duplicate. Wait, so if we look at this now, we should see, yeah, naturally, it just keeps his arm within the body, which is why I have to do the seats in this odd way, instead of just placing them on kind of a standard grid. I have to mount them on the 2x5 pieces because, or 2x3 pieces in this case, because of that. If you look underneath the car, yeah, that's where all the colour begins to break out. And on top, nothing much happens. It's a boring car from the top. I'm thinking if we go here and we add some bits so we can actually have a second layer of the glass stuff, because I want a second layer of the glass stuff because I want it to maintain grip over the, what was it, the pieces I've put down, although it might not be ideal. So duplicate you, delete you. All this is mounting from a ladder frame in the middle of the car though, remember, so not exactly the hugely stiff thing in the world. It's just how it pulls the stiffness from it though. You know, like Scuttle Shake wouldn't even begin to explain it, but then in the real world, cars are built completely different to how they're built in Brickwigs, so there's that as well. We need to put one of these on the top again. Wait, so has that... No, why has that gone all the way down there when there is clearly a place there in receipt of it? So, moving on. Duplicate you. There we go. There is a structure behind it now, of sorts. Yeah, can just see myself on a live stream messing with a weirdly coloured mobile. No, why would I go out again? I can test out the back seats. I guess that's why. So, low mobile. How do you fit in there? It's really uncomfortable in here. Help me, someone. Well, he's not getting help anytime soon. Let's remove unattended vehicles and get back into the garage, because that should free up our RAM just a little. Even though I've got over 20 gigabytes of RAM, I still need to free it up. Now, I need to do something with the front bumper. I was meaning to come back to this, but somehow I didn't. Alright, so what have we got that needs changing? Ah, I see. I see, but do I hear? That is kind of not ideal to what I'm trying to go for with this, if that makes sense. Thinking. Wait, so... It's a ghost number plate. No, it's not. It's just glass. And we can have this. That can be there for structural reasons. Believe me, this is just not a structural measure, though. Structure isn't the main priority. But that's not happening for structure. It's happening for other reasons. So I think if we have one of these, have one of these 6, and then maybe paint it chrome. You may or you may not see what I'm doing here, actually. For now I want glass just to make it easier to work behind it. And then we'll go with one of these. You see, this will be all hidden behind a neat chrome bumper. Sorry, got a cough, and the chrome bumper will be over this. And then, on the end of these pieces, we should be able to mount something special. Hooray! Oh, I just realised I've done something a little stupid. I'm trying to give this a special chromey effect. It's not working. It just won't work. There's ways of making it work, but I don't know. Not that way. Actually, I could have a grill here. Like I'd done in one of my previous cars. I could just have that grill across. It would work quite well. As it would. We'll go with a bit of a chrome bumper, I think. Build it into more of a Core 2 Duo vehicle than it already is. Wow, I've been streaming for over an hour. Let's keep it going. So Chrome, you can go there. You can also be chromed. Chrome and chrome. And this needs to be chrome. It's not going to exactly line up. It's going to be all glam. But yeah, that's my kind of quality. You can see at the front. It's really just plastic. I don't know, actually. I've just realised, yeah. Chrome can add up to be quite heavy. So we have to be aware of that. And I need to also choose which, if it's your or we, I'm going to say. Because otherwise I make a fool of myself like I just did. Right, so kind of want a ramp as well. If we have one of these, will it cover up to, say, there? I'm not certain of this, so yep, there we go. That's neat. But not neat enough. That will just about cover the engine as well, so that's something. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Because clearly it won't. Clearly we need to keep the car low. But do we want it to be too low? Oh dear. Wrong type. Do I need an extended tail to make the front look not long like it is? I think we can get... Can we get lights out of these? Rounded lights? I don't think we can, actually. That's a shame. So if I go with redirectors, we'll go with... I don't want that to be too obvious, actually, because it could look quite ugly under there if someone gets a peek under the wheel arches. So that will stay glass. We will have... We'll have a brick duplicate this one. Move this one. Move this one. I'm thinking if I can get this to kind of link through, I can perhaps go with something. I don't know. This isn't gonna work, is it? Oh wow. Design. I'm not an expert in it. I just watch other people do it. And that was not the brick I was going for. This... Well, I could change the colour, but it would just flicker too much. It would do the texture dance. Yeah, that should be what it's called. Not flickering. It's called a texture dance now. So, yeah. We don't want bricks doing texture dances. Back in my day, blocks did texture dances and no one interfered. We were scared of the bricks. Not anymore. New brick deterrent. What am I saying? Headlights. We need some headlights. We don't need headlights. They are not good. Go with a 2x6 as well on here. That should help provide us with a solid base for our kind of interior design. And we will go with some circular lights. There we go. So you can go with that for headlights. I may change these later. I understand they're pretty ugly. So duplicate you. Now this is a front engine car, yet I see not a single grille on the front. So that hasn't quite gone to plan, has it? Ooh. I've also thought they don't quite work, so I could do something else that I'm pretty sure would work. I'm not sure of this, but I'm pretty sure it would. I was going to do something different still, but you know. We'll go with wherever it is, chrome, and chrome. Then we'll go with the same on the other side. It doesn't quite match the side, but I think it's close enough that no one's gonna care, if that makes sense. So then we also have the front light, so we can kind of suspend some poor unsuspecting piece of plastic behind it, which will kind of complete the design actually. Again, this makes no sense structurally, but it's all just about coming together. There we go. I don't know why, but I feel this car looks very Mexican. I feel like I just think of Mexico when I see it for whatever ridiculous reasons there is. We'll go with a grill. Apparently this car mustn't need much cooling because, well, there's no grills. Go with chrome. Try this. Yeah, now it looks slightly less Mexican. But still, it works. No, it doesn't work because I've just realised I really don't like that piece. Can we get that in red again? Yeah, that looks better still. And get that piece in black to represent it's a grill. There we go. It's a pretty hideous thing. It's like the Fiat Multipla though. It's ugly, but it's a good car. But no one's going to respect it's a good car because it's so ugly. So yeah, there's that. We'll go with some of these. Not in black plastic, but we'll go with some. Red plastic, perhaps. I wonder how heavy this is. I've got a lot of chrome on it, so that's not going to help. No, just over £2,000. This is a light vehicle, nonetheless. So, duplicate that. Oh dear. That's not what I was aiming to do. Right, so how does the driver sit now? I would say the rear seats look cramped. I think it's just a glass wall thing I've come up with. It is more of a hatchback I think I'm going to end up with. And how is this lagging so much? I can't work it out. Or is it just slow? Maybe it's not lagging and it's just slow. Maybe it is lagging. Either way, I'm going back to a garage. somehow if this vehicle will allow me. The steering angle isn't the greatest. Also, I do need to disable the rear-wheel drive attributes of it and perhaps crank up the engine a bit. With more power, this thing should be absolutely bonkers. You can get quite crazy speeds out of the V6, actually. Not as crazy as a drag engine or anything, but they are not bad engines by any means. And can we place... Nope. That will not work. Oh, will it? I'm thinking too much about phasing. Phasing doesn't matter. This is kind of gonna leech off the side now. If that makes sense. Oh, no. I can't have this. My mind's going mad. My mind's going very mad at me. Delete. We'll go and duplicate that. Duplicate you. And duplicate again. Wait, why are these matching the interior colour? This isn't right. I need more structural integrity. I need more interior colour matching. Oh dear. And I need to have less of a cough. Ideally as well. So this can be kind of green because it's the footwell. Blue. Blue. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying to fight a colour scheme that I don't really understand. It looks like I'm creating the mothership out of, what's it? What was the game? Space Invaders. It was a real game. I'm not sure what I've made of this. I know it has a lot of blue on it. My subconscious just took over and made me paint it blue. So, yeah. That's how you know it's an official car, though. When, you know, when the subconscious takes over and it just turns blue. Instead of turning any other colour in the world, like, other than blue. That's when you know it's a Core 2 Duo subconscious taking over. You can go there. You can go there. Doop-de-doo. Should I have an inner layer here? I think I should, actually. It doesn't make much sense what I'm saying, but I think I should. Because although your arm will be digging deep into it, oh no, I don't want two of you. It'll still kind of bring the feel across. Do we want any red? Probably. I could actually... No, I've had an idea. Because of the way this is designed, it gets better still. So, bring the blue up. No, duplicate the blue. Ah, no, I did it differently, didn't I? I did a 4 and a 3. So, that's what I ultimately did. Because I kind of changed my layout. And that's not going to help. I'm turning it in the complete wrong direction. And then we'll go with a 4. Oh, wrong direction still. And there we go. So, that's a input, I guess you could say. Lower that, and then we'll paint it green. Because this is where I'm going to run the trick, you see. I'm going to actually manufacture a green kind of interior with also blue on. There we go. Brick duplicate. This isn't a challenge. It's doing it in such tight space, though, that's a challenge. So green, 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 green. And then we'll go more green. And more green. And there we go. How is that for an interior? Vomit inducing, actually. But I designed it. It was made by me. As if that's an excuse. So 5, I think. So if we go with that and make it blue. Yes, it's just so matched up now. And that's the one colour. But still, it's so matched up. I feel like I have to kind of join the bricks in an awkward way. There we go. It's flickery, but what else do I do? It doesn't look as good if I do it any other way. And that is a kind of blobby car. Is blobby yet angular? I don't know. What exterior options do we have? So it is just going to be a standard exterior by the looks of things and how they've all panned out here. However, which options shall we have? I could do more serious measures. I'm just thinking, if I need to, I could. But then, would the people fit in? 2 by 8 by 3? That's not what I want. 2 by 6 by 2, yes. So how does this fit above the driver's head? Because if it's miles and miles above his head, I don't want that. I'll just want smaller windows because I know this thing can sit lower than it does. Just make it some other material than glass that I can see. And all the blinding chrome. And yeah, as I say, it's kind of miles above his head. Like, what use is that in what I'm trying to build? It's just not going to work, really. So, to the garage we go. And we will go and hopefully delete this. Now, I thought we could perhaps rotate this. I had done it on the rear window of one of my cars, and someone else did it on the Camaro mod, and it worked quite well, so I could do that. Nah, it's just not going to work. It might work as a rear window, but as a front window, that just does not work in the slightest. So we'll go with windows. What else do we have? We have this one. Nah. It's chrome now. Chrome is craziness on this car. So, what do we have? If I select, say, this one, I select glass, and I go over his head, like this. Maybe? Is that the correct height? That is just the wrong complete part of a car. That isn't going to help me. So that is halfway into his head. That is actually an improvement. It might not seem it, but it is. We can go on Enter Editor. What I don't want to do is mess it up too badly. So duplicate this. I don't think you can get 1x6s, so this will have to do perhaps, unless, which is a driver's seat. So that's the driver's seat, okay. I need to run some front on it. Whatever, I don't know. Run that on it, there we go. And on the front we will need some glass of sorts. So these ones. There we go. It's going to look odd at the moment, but believe me, when I've kind of got that divide there, so it's out the way when you're actually driving and you can still kind of see where you're going. How does this work, I wonder? It's going to have a slightly different height to it than the others. But will it be the right height that it's got to it? If I go with plastic and I select 3 levels, one will be green, one will be blue, and one will be... the final one will be beige. We'll see which level he matches with his head. So he does match. He does match the beige level, which is just below the highest point. That's how we're going to build this to be as low as it can go. It's already kind of an SUV though. You know, if you just look at the ride height of it and everything, it's not designed to ride low. I could try, but it doesn't look like it's good at that. Just look at all these kind of work in progress bits and bobs, eh? Actually, wait a minute. I can do something with this. I've worked it out. I found the Holy Grail. No, I haven't found the Holy Grail, but I have discovered a way I can kind of reposition the windscreen. Delete that. Simple. Now, the windscreen can go lower. Select recursively connected. That can mount slightly lower, and he can get the ideal point he likes. So select recursively connected, move, and move that down there, and there we go. Do we want red? No, not on this part of the car. As far as the dashboard goes, I would say, because it's in the kind of eye of the car and it's what you see from the outside world. Oh dear, that didn't quite go to plan. Because it's in the eye of what you see, they're in the main eye of what you see, should I say, I don't think it would work. So delete that. I don't think it would work to have it kind of behind that point, should I say? I'm just trying to put my words together, honestly. Redirectors. You can plop onto here as you do. So blue dashboard there. We can have an event. There we go, and we can have some further layers back. Oh dear. Oh dear, I messed up. I don't know what I'm pressing particularly. No, you move. You move to there. There we go. So in the eye of what you see is basically when the dashboard comes. And could we have anything else? Bit of wood maybe? I think we could. Which seat is the driver's again? That's the passengers, so the driver must sit here. We can have some wood. It is a Core 2 Duo car, so it has to have a bit of wood. Let's have some rough wood in this case. And just have an entire dash like that. A slab of wood carelessly slapped across there. as we don't really care about our cars. We just put anything onto the market as long as it's cheap. So we need a cylinder to act as our steering wheel. I think we could have a wooden steering wheel, but I don't think I'll bother with that. I think I'll just have a blue one. And there we go. There is basically the interior of the car. The windscreen is kind of glitching. What can I say about the glitchy windscreen? It is what it is. Oh, actually, I can do one thing. Although it's far from ideal, I can do one thing, and I can use my magic phase powers to place that there, which will actually make it look a little tidier, in the very least. We have various bits here, just they appear to be sticking out onto Bodywork in a way that doesn't work. So, I don't know. I guess we could have a bit of wood actually, or we could have a bit of wood just round here, because that just seems to be where it. Oh dear, that just seems to be where it involves the car's interior bits, so they can kind of collaborate there and not phase, or not look like they're phasing so much. There we go. Kind of a nicer dashboard. And these can be wood, perhaps. No, these can be plastic. Sorry, my mind's wandering now. Been on the live stream for so long. Yeah. Also, it's just all the problem solving. It kind of tires my mind out. Do we want red? Red. Oh dear, that's not gonna work. Wait a minute, I'm slightly confused here. Have I done something that depends upon it? No, I haven't. So yeah, that can work. That can be arranged. Red gets placed there. And duplicate that. Duplicate that. That can be blue, as it would be. So there we go. It's kind of distorted the facts to make it look how I want it to look, but it works. So who's to complain? We have an interior of sorts. Do I want a glass roof? Probably not. Do I have to have a glass roof? Probably. This is kind of awkward at the back. It's got all kinds of kerfluffles going on. I don't know. Do we need this to be like that? Yes, there we go. We need that. Duplicate you. Duplicate you. And there we go. What did I duplicate? I have no idea. Probably best to just not press the button then. Is that okay? I don't know. So There we go. There is our vehicle. The chassis might be a bit rubbish, but... the chassis might be a bit rubbish, but I invented it. I already invented it as something. This can be going here, like so. No. Move you back into position. Wait, so... express the concern. There is the... oh dear. This is not what I was expecting. Wait, so... no, you're not gonna work, as I was intending. I think we're here now. I think what I'll do is I'll keep developing it until it kind of is recognisable as a vehicle. And then I will finish up for the day. Whoop, and oh yes, we want that. We want to duplicate that so it matches. I wonder if we could have a little brake light down here. That would be pretty amusing, actually. So, let's do that. We'll go with some light blocks. Or we could have a brake or reverse light, or just a brake light, or just a reverse light. So, brake light. There we go. Same colour as the body, actually. Although I could change it. I'm going to be doing more bodywork, so I want to keep that colour open. We'll be deleting some of these. Everything will be deleted within due time. So these can be placed where they get placed, I guess you could say. And do. Oh no, that was wrong. So duplicate you. Duplicate you. There we go. Duplicate. And this is just a big block at this stage. But what can I say? It's going to be a big kind of connected block, so it'll at least bear some significance to what the car is being and what the car is going to be. Delete one of these, as I think I have another idea as to what can be done with the space that's provided in that particular spot. I could just use it for a bumper, you know. Nothing too simple, nothing too complicated, just a bumper. Dum-da-dum, dum-dum-dum. So we'll copy this bumper from the front, saving having to mess with the colour palette. And the materials palette, actually, for that matter. Yay, I pressed the right button to rotate it as well. Can't really beat that. That's our braking light. So... nope, that's not good. We'll go... maybe enhance that? No. I'm using all the wrong terminology, but still. enhance it. What is this? Photoshop? We'll go with moving this round. So there we go. There is our thing. I might have to chop the rear end off this though, like I did with another car, because it's just too long. That was actually the MPV I did. So I just want to really proof of concept that the roof works as a height-based thing, that it works and that it functions. Also, can I access the engine at all? Yes, I can. I just have to reach right through the wheels where it is hidden. Sorry. And then we have to go and find our points where I want to measure it with. And it will be somewhere. This is not the best measurement in the world by any means, but it works. How heavy is it? 2,700. Yeah, I added a lot of weight to the back. I'll say that now. There we go. So that point there is what I'm measuring against, that little sticky outy bit. And yeah, his head, you'll see it's flickering, but will you see that from the outside? Most definitely not. Also, with a brief tuning of the engine, it actually kind of gets some pace up. So I think I've done reasonably well. The suspension's definitely going to need some sorting though. And at the rear, I might even need to rework the whole thing if it's just too tall. But if that gets weighed down, I don't know, it'll probably balance the car out. Oh. Yep. So this is what success looks like, kids. Anyway, we can actually turn our lights on as well. I should have done that a long while ago. But there we go. It looks like it's haunted almost or something with that light on. And we can see the brake light at the rear when I brake. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for today. So, until another time, goodbye. Until another day.